Hi, Mark Kentwell here, founder of Presence Real Estate. I'm responding today in Presence Polls to one of the biggest questions we get from prospective buyers and the community in general is, where is the price guide? You'll notice that in the last decade or so, there's been a lot more marketing where there hasn't been a price guide on a property. And that's not specifically related to it being auctioned either. You'll notice a lot of private treaty properties are marketed without a price guide. Well, there's a number of reasons that there might not be a price guide on the property, and that is driven by the owner a lot of the time and the agent carrying out the work. The owner's expectations can change through a campaign, and there's a lot of market dynamics can also affect their expectations. They might have found another property and become more motivated, therefore adjust their price guide. They might have had feedback from buyers that's higher than the guide that they've got, or there's offers there, so the guide might have to come up, and there's legislation that governs this. They might want to have a bit of privacy early on, or they might not actually know where it sits, and because it's a unique asset, even with the agents providing comparable estimates, there could be quite a spread between what the lowest buyer thinks that's still interested in buying it and what the premium one might be, and information might need to be gathered. But the owners are on the market because they want to sell. So regardless of which agency it's with or what the owner's intentions are, they're usually on the market because they want to sell their property. So what we've taken on board from our end is, if we know that owners are going to have these preferences and it's what's happening in the marketplace, how can we make the journey easier for a buyer, simpler, smoother, and get them the information they want? And that's something we've done some in-house tech work on with our software developers and working with a number of platforms to make sure that you can get the information you need. So now, if you want to make an inquiry on a Presence Real Estate property, you make an inquiry down the side or on the contact agent button. And once you fill out your details there, you should receive back to your mobile number an SMS with a property profile. This was formerly known as a webbook in our company. This should contain the price guide for the property or any price information that's available. Often there's recent sales in there as well. There's extra photos of the property, an immersive virtual tour of the property so you can really get in and look around to where those static photos don't go. A contract for sale, a pest report, building report, or strata report if they're available, along with a furniture styling tool that is the floor plans laid out in 2D and 3D. And you can actually go in there and measure up your furniture, look at the size of the rooms, even play around with what it might look like if you renovated and added space or put walls in. Now, by having that immersive experience prior, you can get a greater understanding of whether this property is for you. And if the property is for you and it's in the rough ballpark of your price, even if it's a little bit over what you're expecting at the time, it's important to know that that price guide could change throughout the campaign, and you are entitled to make offers on a property, even if the owner doesn't accept it or is not in the headspace to accept an offer with the information they've got at the time. It's worth your while making that first inquiry, getting the information, and then the agent can communicate with you proactively if there's any changes that will affect that property and your interest on it. So just fill out the details on any listing. You'll get the instant information back. If you haven't received that back, just let us know. And it will be quicker than trying to call the agent and ask them the same questions, and then they will send that information, or calling the office and having it pass through the system and your details logged. Now, part of the reason for having a capture form instead of making that available right from the start is because if the change happens the day after you make the have a look online and you didn't like the guide that you saw, you might actually miss out on that property because you thought it was overpriced for you and it's gone and traded with someone else based on the information that's there. The agents need to be able to communicate with the people that would have interest on the property, and that's the purpose of getting the information. But you can unsubscribe at any time. If you've registered on several properties with several match profiles, then you might need to unsubscribe from each of those. But the agents are here to help you optimize your buying experience, provide as much value as possible, which in turn provides value to the owners and helps the agent do their job. So we're always looking for ways to improve. We're happy to receive your feedback on the way through, and if you'd like to register for VIP buyer match alerts through the Presence Priority system, you can do that on our website as well, and you'll be receiving information that you want before the rest of the market.